What's going on, customers? It's your boy Mr. Islah. Welcome back to another episode of Corner Shop Staff Room, where we talk about all the highs, the lows, and the fun facts of the Corner Shop series. Last episode we talked about episode 3. This week we're going to talk about episode 4. After episode 3 came out, a lot of you actually tweeted and messaged and reached out to me saying that you wanted the episodes to be longer. That was a big challenge for me, but I listened and I wanted to give you guys what you wanted to make you happy. So episode 4 was the first kind of TV length episode, just a bit over half an hour. Now writing this episode took a while because I kind of had to stitch the whole length of the story together without making it feel like it's dragging, without making it feel like it was getting lost. Personally, this is actually one of my favorite written episodes. If I could take today's technology, go back and film the episode again and do it right and not have any screw ups, I would do it again. Ruku and Janice, oh my days. So they played the two schoolgirls that came in and out of the shop to kind of piss Malik off. Ruku I met on set of a film we did together, and Janice went to the same drama school. So I went to watch their performance, and after their performance, that's when I asked Janice if she wanted to join Ruku and be on my series. Ruku you probably recognize because she's now on EastEnders. Everyone from Corner Shop's going on Hollyoaks and EastEnders, bro. Like, oh man, I'm just sitting here on a green screen. Those two were like a breath of fresh air in the series, man.
You're some angry guy, blood. Innit? Why you wanna hide?
Cause you're beer jarring, fam, like coming into man's shop that try to harm me there.
That scene alone has gone viral bare times.
Why do you get to be Batman?
Because Bruce Wayne, smart businessman like me.
You're Chinese.
He wear a mask, you don't know.
Fun fact, if you didn't already know, me and Michael are big superhero fans, like everyone else is. So you do see a lot of superhero references throughout the series, like this one being the first Batman and Superman. The Off-License song, oh my days. Me and Zaini again jumped in the studio to do that one. This was a parody of the famous song from the movie Don. It's a Bollywood film. The remake of it, so it's in 2006 with Shah Rukh Khan. I sang it in Sylheti, but I wanted the words to sound similar to the Hindi song. So if you actually listen to the Hindi version and then my version, the words end in the same kind of way. And I swear, ever since I made that song, every time you hear it start, you know the Off-License are just gonna walk up in the scene. Hassan, who plays Saif, I met again on the set of a film. Hamza, who plays Emil, I reached out to on Twitter after seeing his showreel and stuff, and I actually remember him from a video he did with Jazzy back in the day. Both of them, man, just showed bare love. They just wanted to come down and do it for the project. They were basically supposed to be the opposite of Malik and Tony. So Corner Shop versus Off-License, like that's the most funniest matchup you can ever do, man.
So you must be Malik.
I think that's a bit obvious, boss. It says it on his name tag.
I can't read.
The whole scene in the stockroom where they have a little confrontation, Michael wasn't actually there. We had to fake his shots afterwards and film it separately, pretending that they were on the other side. So Michael actually didn't meet the Off-License until like 6 episodes in. It's crazy how you can cheat stuff in film, man, that you would never know.
Here he is, my little brother.
When did you get back?
Amit Channa, he played Malik's brother Samad. Again, I met him on set of his film he was directing, and I gave him a shout after episode 3 came out, and I said, hey man, this is what I'm doing. I would love for you to kind of play a brotherly role of mine, even if it's just a cameo. But Amit was all up for it, man. He was up for just coming down, supporting the thing. It was a privilege, man, to have Amit on set. A lot of you might recognize him from Bend It Like Beckham or EastEnders. So that's where I grew up watching him, and it felt nice. It felt like he was kind of passing on the torch.
Where were you when I needed you, eh? Mum and Dad always having a go at me. I messed up. Alright, I know I have.
That was the first dramatic, emotional scene that we had in the show. I remember Michael, Bilal, my friend McGenna, and Kesa were all there on set helping me film that scene. And I asked everyone to leave the room for 10 minutes. I kind of had to get into my zone. It was the first time I was gonna try and do a serious scene. I didn't know if I was gonna bust tears or not. I just wanted to go all out. And I remember we did it. As soon as my DOP Shaz said cut, I had to kind of wipe the tears, and then I looked to my left, and then Bilal was crying, and McGenna was getting teary, and Casey was like, that was sick. Ami had to do his shot on the other side, so we did it again. But I think that was a game changer for the series, to show that we could, you know, switch up comedy and make it serious at the same time.
50% off, eh?
That's a good deal, boss.
Shut it.
Sorry, boss.
If you look carefully, Cypher's on the phone in the car and he's reporting back to someone. That someone is obviously the mayor. So the Easter egg was planted there. I wonder if any of you picked up on that 6 years ago. Another a cappella song. This one was with my boy Ashley David, who's also an amazing artist, an amazing writer. This was a parody of Pharrell Happy, which was a popular song at the time.
Come down to the corner shop today.
If you look into the montage, you'll see a lot of my uni friends in there. Zubair, McGenna's in there as well. David, they all literally came down after uni to help me out and do that scene. It was the first time I was introducing these characters to kind of set them up for future episodes. So that's where you first meet David, who plays Patrick, and you first meet Samuel, who plays Mr. Asante.
That you're doing no nonsense.
Fun fact, the part where Tony and Patrick are talking, we actually forgot to bring a boom mic, so we didn't have the boom mic. So they recorded their scene with camera audio. We went back to uni and they dubbed it, which is called ADR in the film terminology. Michael had a cold, so if you listen carefully, you can kind of hear Michael's flu. He didn't have coronavirus because that wasn't out back then. It was just a standard flu, just don't even try it.
This dog food is so good, make your cat jealous.
Alright, thanks little Chinaman.
For two people that have never done ADR before, they did it amazing. You wouldn't have been able to tell.
Wait, how do you know this?
Because I was there. Flashback. In 1985, in the south of London.
This was the first episode I introduced Sifu, who is played by my mum's brother, my uncle, who took me under his wing when I was 17 and taught me martial arts. He was and still is like a father to me, so to have one of my family members on board with something that I was doing, I felt honoured. I felt really happy that my uncle was supporting what I was doing. Not just supporting, actually starring in what I was doing.
And that's number 8. 8 tails. That's 8 tails. 8 solid tails. And I should go through that.
It was supposed to just be a gimmick. Again, just a funny flashback with Tony, you know, talking about how he's a warrior and stuff. But after it came out, you guys showed so much love towards that scene and Sifu and, you know, Tony's history. So I kept it in mind and I thought, you know what, I'll make something out of this. Let me just wait and see.
Oi! Oi! What's wrong with you?
The part where Amit comes in and he says,
"Not on your own, you can't."
We were busting up, yeah, because it sounded like he said something completely different. If you know, you know. So the crowd in this bagpacking battle was actually shot on 2 different days. So the side where you see Ruku, Janice, Kesa and Samuel was shot on one day. The side where you see David, Emma, McGenna and Michael was shot on a different day. And then the actual bagpacking battle was shot on a separate day. But we literally faked all of it to make it look like it was all happening at the same time. It's amazing what you could do with just a few camera tricks, working around people's availability. So just imagine like that crowd of people weren't free until Monday, then the other crowd of people weren't free until Wednesday, so you had to kind of work it out, and we had to drive all the way from South London to Heathrow again just to film that. It's crazy. I remember filming all the montage scenes for the 50% off stuff. I actually got in the car with Michael, Samuel and Kesa, and I actually sat there and I said, guys, I don't think I can do this anymore. I want to quit. And they were like, what are you talking about, man? Like, you can't quit. You know, you've been doing this, you got to keep carrying on. I'm like, yo, I just can't. I don't know what came over me that day. I think the owner of the shop was getting annoyed because there were so many people there. The customers were coming in and out. And they were wrecking up each shot and the scene, and you know, it was quite stuffy in between the shelves, so like the tripod would stick out and the customer would need to go over to like buy something on the shelf, so we had to move the whole camera, set it all up again. I think the stress of it was getting to me, and the pressure at home of just get a proper job and, you know, all that sort of stuff. I was on a real low on the way back home that day, and thank God for friends like Michael, Kaser and Samuel, because that whole journey home, man, they literally convinced me to carry on. And if it wasn't for them, episode 4 was probably where it would have ended. So, love you guys. And that's it for this episode of Corner Shop Staff Room. Join me next week where we talk about episode 6. Let me know your favorite parts of anything I just told you guys. If you didn't know before, in the comments below, make sure you like, subscribe, all of that. And I'll see you next week where we can talk about episode 5.